In one or two words, I would describe High School Inc. as propelling and as community.
High School Inc. started with a telephone call. I made a call to Jack Oaks.
He was in a tizzy. People didn't have jobs, there weren't enough employees, the students weren't successful in their schools, and what was I going to do about it?
Jack said, "How about a high-tech school?" I said, "That's it."
Team members at the beginning that developed the strategy, we did a lot of both research, so data analytics and things like that, but we also reached out to employers and business leaders, other educators, people in the community, and really got all their input to design what became High School Inc.
So we were talking about how can we prepare our students to be able to penetrate the labor market, but also to help them continue on with their education wherever they chose to go. And I think that High School Inc. was very forward-thinking.
I had heard about this program that they were going to try and create with a local high school that helped get certification for kids in different vocations. And one of the vocations was auto technology. I was an automobile dealer and we needed desperately to find auto technicians. So I was excited, I helped it financially, and I was so happy that it got started and went so well.
I graduated from Valley High School. I got involved from day one. I came back to Orange County to Santa Ana in my banking career, and I looked up the Santa Ana Chamber, and to my surprise, they were starting to put together an organization called High School Inc. And they were having a volunteer meeting, and I went ahead and decided to go and see what it was all about. And here I am now, 15 years later, helping with this amazing organization.
It really was a complete community team that we brought together from all of the institutional partners. Hundreds and hundreds of hours of working with particularly school board members and other leaders of the community to try to get their approval of this idea, and it worked.
We wrestled with those concepts. We finally came up with a document, and it was our agreement, and it happened. We opened Valley High School with those initial small academies.
Their eyes were just wide, and it was really exciting to give them that experience. Met enough students to know there were all kinds of possibilities in that student body.
In the classroom, in competitions, and in internships. And the fact that we provide all of these different opportunities, I think they make people understand what we're trying to do to improve the education process. Even from the standpoint of graduation rate, up over 97%.
I think High School Inc. empowers our students and two well-rounded individuals. They learn so much there. They're the most well-spoken students that you'll ever meet. They can shake your hand and they can look you in the eyes and you wouldn't even know they're in high school or they just graduated high school. So High School Inc. does quite a bit in terms of the soft skills as well.
High School Inc. is mentors to our students, partnership to our students, giving back to our students, being there for our students. And see them in 3, 4, 5 years, and they share to me and they tell me, "Thank you very much. I just purchased my first house. I just purchased my first car." And seeing them grown as young adults, that means a lot.
Going through these years thinking, oh, it's just a program, it's a class, but in reality, it's really creating those different attributes that a lot of people lack. As we're experiencing and growing, it really gets us started and it gets us moving and it gets us really excited for what the future holds. And also, it's a community. You are in contact with the same teachers, the same mentors, and the same peers throughout those years, and so you really grow a close bond, and I think that's really what makes it memorable. It's those small things that together make the greatest difference in your lives and eventually take you to those new opportunities. Oh, is that okay? That's okay.
We had to decide how we were going to set up the kickoff for the program. I was to go up and say, it's now time to set our sights for the future as high as the sky. And we're going to set off a symbol of that future with this rocket. And the fact is, we had tested this rocket many times and it had fallen over. And at that moment, I was deathly afraid the rocket would take off and aim right at the site where we were all sitting. Maybe take out a board member. It would have all been over then. But the rocket, as you can see, came through just fine. And so have we.